Ladies and gentlemen, it's Billy the Fridge live here. We're big chillin'. We got our boys, Boombox Massacre. What's up, Boombox Massacre? Going through audio issues already. I'm waiting for it to come up on the big screen. And we got Duranged Pitt in the studio. This is why I need it up so I can mute it. There we go. We're live, baby. Everything's live. Duranged Pitt, Boombox Massacre. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, what's good, man? I'm just chilling, marinating this motherfucker. What's good with you, bro?
Big chilling today.
Big chilling.
It's we've been this is a long time coming. I'm really excited to have you guys in on the inaugural episode.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of history with all of us, and I'm excited to dig up stuff, talk about what's going on right now. Just chill, big chilling, Mm-hmm. First of all, Deranged Pit.
Yo.
I had you come through for my new album, God Complex. You're the only rap verse on the album. We did a song with Madison DeCambra, Fat Boy Winter.
Yes.
Now, I want to do a music video for this song.
Oh, absolutely. That show'll be crazy.
Timing-wise, I want to have it ready to go out in the winter.
No, that's right.
I'm thinking... What are we going to do if we film a winter video in the summer? How do we make that happen? I want people watching right now to go to the comments and give us ideas, because we got to be Fat Boy Winter in the summertime. Yeah. We can't just go to the beach and record, right?
That's a fact. Well, the good news is we are in Seattle, so as you know,
you might fuck around.
It's
snow
fucking
for us.
winter and it's bipolar as hell. So I mean, really, we just got to just find somewhere at night. It'll already be frosty. Somewhere that look cold. Maybe get some ear muffs and some of them beanies with the gloves, to look like fucking snowflakes and shit. Yeah, throw some of that in there with some big booty bitches. Yeah, that'll be fire.
Now we have the song Fat Boy Winter. It's about big guys having making love.
Oh yeah, sure. About the big bellies getting lifted, you feel me?
Big bellies.
Yeah.
Now, Boombox, you're not a big guy.
No.
When you think of big guys making love...
I'll be honest, I don't.
This is insane.
I actually don't.
Don't do that. When you think of that, but it crosses your mind.
It's kind of like, in essence, it's a funny song, right? It's a joke, but it's not. We're not being funny. We're being sexy, dude.
We're trying, See, that's the thing. Like, definitely trying to be sexy. Definitely letting it be known what it is. But at the same time, it's like when you're a big guy, sometimes they just think you joking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They think it's a game. Just because I'm funny and shit don't mean I'm playing right now. Girl, I'll put you against that wall. You feel me? Yeah.
There was that Saturday Night Live song that came out a couple years ago. I need a big boy. I need a big boy. And it's like, they were joking. And they had all the cast come on and they did their little, it's cuffing season. It was like this, but that was a joke. And when I saw it, I was like, no. We got to make a legit Fat Boy anthem. White Boy Summer, Chet Hanks, Tom Hanks' son, big numbers.
Yeah, I'm sure he killed it.
White Boy Summer made it cool to be uncool again.
Went crazy.
And now we got to take it back for the big boys, because Saturday Night Live can't make a joke about it and make us look like jokes.
Yeah, I don't appreciate anyone trying to make me look like a joke. So.
My thought is, we make the song, we become icons, sex symbols, and then we change the culture.
I'm down.
I'm tired of people thinking that it's a joke.
I feel like if anyone should headline that movement, it's me and you, to be honest. Like, I mean, let's be real.
I'm laughing, but I'm only laughing because I can see it right now. I can see us
visualize it,
just being the upper echelon, top tier chunk, like Cleopatra, but like dudes, Marilyn Monroe, but dudes.
Oh shit, that's some iconic sex symbolism right there,
right?
Hey,
because I who else would Timothy Chalamet? That's what the girls like now. He's a stick.
I don't know what these girls like, man.
I think it's Timothy Chalamet. Boombox. We ask you about big boys having sex. You know what girls like?
Yeah, could you fill us in, like, or at least me? I'm trying to figure it out.
They're like many different things.
You're right. You run out of water already.
Yeah.
So how you doing? How you been lately? I see you coming in to the studio. I saw you. We were out at on Capitol
Mexican
Hill
spot?
recently.
Oh,
we
yeah,
chopped it up.
The Runaway.
We were all
yeah.
three there chopping it up, and I wanted to get you out here to hang and talk. Is there anything going on that you got working in the works that's coming through?
I guess I got a couple projects. One that's wrapped up. It's a lo-fi project, which is not what most people typically know me for.
Ooh, let's go.
That's with my homie out of Atlanta, Agent M.
Okay.
He and I did that one, and then I got another project with we're about to drop our first song with my dog Jerson. Some in Seattle area may or may not know him, and it's featuring this local artist Nobi.
Okay.
It's very, the theme is very, it's like metal rap. So that's going to be the project theme. It's not going to be boom bap. It's just going to be like heavy, like punch you in your face.
Yeah.
Elbow, knee, kick.
Knee. Yeah, I fuck with that.
I like that fight
Aggro
music.
shit, going from lo-fi, chill, like let's do some homework to let's go kill somebody. So,
Like those, let's do some homework. Those are the YouTube streams. You always have like the anime girl doing homework.
Yep.
Those are really easy to listen to.
That's why we made it,
right?
That's why we made
fire.
it. So,
Right?
But it's dope. I mean, I like kind of the slow bop, just the dusty sound. So we linked up and. Oh, and then also meant to mention too with that, Miles, another homie Miles was a part of that lo-fi project too. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about something on music real quick. I brought it up on the way here with DP. Have you heard about the Belltown Hellcat?
My head must be in the sand. I am not familiar with the Helltown
Oh,
Hellcat.
Okay, so
Belltown Hellcat.
it's the Hellcat of Belltown Hellcat. It's starting to pick up nationally. There's this guy that's got this stupid car that's very loud, and he runs around Belltown like revving the sounds like gunshots.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like 6 a.m. and he's like screaming wake up to the whole neighborhood. And he's not just pissed off the entire neighborhood of Belltown. He's like got people all over the country rallying together to like take him down. The other day there was a picture on Reddit. His car got towed, and
For no reason.
well, he was parked. He parked in like a hospital spot or a handicap spot.
Oh, okay.
And the owner of the establishment was like, immediately tow this guy, like come get this guy out of this handicap spot.
Community of service here.
And he's been traveling through Belltown, and I think it was like a month ago, he got an order to fix the noise on his car because his car was so loud it was breaking noise ordinances, and they said it's $1,300 a day, I think, for every day he doesn't fix it. And he's almost racked up $50,000 worth of fines, but the car's in his mom's name. So we're trying to figure out how this guy is doing this. Like, is he just a mama's boy? Does his mom like work for Starbucks, or she got some stocks or something? How's he pulling off this bastard stuff? And DP, you think maybe he's...
I mean, I don't know, man. The fact that this motherfucker could rack up $1,000-something a day. It's at 50 right now.
But is he paying it though?
He's not, no.
So that, he could just
and it's
be
in
like,
his mom's
hey,
name.
bankruptcy.
That's
Can't
sick.
do it.
Well, see, I never even thought about that. See, that's why you're here. Bankruptcy. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, he just must not just give a shit completely, or he's just sitting so good.
Yeah,
Like,
clearly doesn't. Give
he
a
got
shit.
like, what's that shit where you're from another country and you can out here just wilding out and you leave? Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
That would sound like some shit. Like, bro, you just out here just revving up shit. That shit is so annoying, by the way. Anybody that's driving around,
Yeah.
revving their fucking engine to make noise to get attention needs therapy, bro. I don't know what the fuck that whole shit is. I mean, I understand if you got like an old school, 350 engine, but if you just out here making this random fake gunshots, bro, in the middle of the night while someone's kids are sleeping,
Well,
what the fuck is going on?
I
man?
can sympathize for a little bit with the guy just because when I was in college, I was broke as fuck.
Yeah.
and I went to go visit my cousin, and I hit a rabbit, and it disconnected the pipe from the catalytic converter to my muffler.
Holy shit.
And it was loud as fuck. And I was broke. I couldn't pay for it, but I did get it fixed eventually. I didn't go around at 6 o'clock in the morning revving shit up,
Screaming, "Wake up!"
Yeah, I did not do that.
No, that's another thing. Like people have seen him, like, because they've been in Belltown just walking their fucking dog or getting mail. They've seen this motherfucker with windows down, like, yeah, wake up, and like someone in the other seat, like hanging out like a sideshow, like, yeah, rev that motherfucker. It's like, bro, like in Belltown of all places, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't know,
I'm
man.
surprised nobody's throwing anything at us.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that someone ain't hired a hitman by now. You know, it's national news and shit. Like, that's crazy.
I got to promote this new album. I'm thinking about stealing the car, driving it off a cliff while I'm blazing my new album out the window.
Bro.
But it's going to be too loud for people to hear the music. So I have to figure out how to cut that.
Bro, if you just have the Hellcat, period, like, that's just notorious by now. I got like a wild, like, paint job. Look like cheetah or like tiger stripe, some animal.
So he's really trying to be.
Oh yeah, he's trying to stand out.
It's like, bro.
He's I would feel for him too in a way. I used to drive clunkers. I used to drive real pieces of trash, and these cars would sometimes be loud. Sometimes they would leave smoke clouds. A lot of times I would be pushing them up hills. Big old Cadillacs. I'd be like off the driver's side of the door pushing the Cadillac up the hill.
I feel that, but I ain't gonna let y'all sit here and do that, man. This motherfucker, you two motherfuckers is talking about having some broke down shit, and that's fine. I've been there.
Yeah.
This motherfucker went to get this car surgically improved to sound like this shit. Yeah. That whole gunshot engine muffler shit, that shit ain't stock. So like he's literally going to do this shit to make noise and whatever. Which, hey, do your thing. But if I was in Belltown, I'm trying to sleep, motherfuckers letting the gunshot shit go off as soon as I lay down or trying to get up, bro. It's annoying. That shit happened in my neighborhood too in West Seattle. Like, there's a motherfucker who be driving down the street at like 3, but I get off at 3, so I be up. But like, it's loud as shit. Same shit. Vroom, vroom. It's like, bro, why?
It's like a 200 horsepower 4-cylinder. It's like it's not doing anything.
Some shit. I don't know.
You ever see the movie The Orient Express? It's Agatha Christie and spoilers. So I'm about to spoil this.
Oh shit! Go ahead.
It's an old movie, okay. But it's a murder mystery, and they're trying to figure out who killed this guy. It's on a train. It's like there's only a certain amount of people that had access to him, and at the end of the movie, the guy was such a piece of shit that everybody in the train got together to kill him. It was like, the whole. So I'm pretty sure
some parallel here. Man.
I'm pretty sure if you go and you take out the Belltown Hellcat, everybody's gonna come through with their Starbucks cup and it's just a little bit of hot water, a little bit of hot coffee, one by one. Everybody just douses him until he Wicked Witch of the West.
Nah, they gonna Jon Snow that man for sure.
Right?
They gonna Jon Snow that man for sure.
Jon Snow was like the hero's version of that. Like everybody was so
can't believe they did my boy like that, man. Like, it's insane. Yeah.
So it's 2024. What does music look like to you guys right now? What do you think? What do you think? Are you on that country train?
No.
I'm definitely not gonna be on no horse with a hat and boots, bro. That's not my vibe. I mean, I watch them shake some country ass or something, but I'm not gonna like bop out to it.
Yeah,
country's like, I don't know. I'm not a country connoisseur, so maybe I'm ignorant, but it doesn't seem like country anymore. They're wearing like rock and roll, like studded bracelets.
It's very much whatever is popular. It's popular. It's pop now.
You know.
Yeah, the pop hybrid shit.
You guys know, you've heard my album. I got the cool country song.
Got crazy shit on
with my balls. I am selling out 100%. I'm country now.
So. Oh, you are, bro. They can't take that from you.
I'm Haystacks Calhoun out here.
Nah, you need a little hat.
I'm a big boy though. The horse had to ride in on me.
No, that's hilarious.
Pause. Wait.
Fucking horses, bro? What's going on with you, dog?
I did not say I was fucking the horse.
Oh, okay.
It was like a piggyback ride.
Okay. Well, say less. Piggyback ride's all right, I suppose.
But yeah, the idea that country music is kind of like pushing right now. They got everybody doing it. Like when I recorded this song, Beyonce hadn't put out her country album yet. It took me a while to get the album out. So like, I might have been tripping. If everybody would have been doing it like they're doing now, I might not have made this song. I was like, this is gonna be funny, but then everybody started with Post Malone's on it.
No, that is funny.
Everybody's
like
doing
literally,
it.
Yeah. It was like house like last year, and then now it's like fucking country. Yeah.
I saw something about that Beyonce where it they did this side by side comparison between that's the This Is Texas song, and then it was like some opening theme song for some kids show in Canada. Have you seen this? And it
No.
was identical.
Oh shit.
It sounded identical.
So she's
still in kid show box.
I'm not saying that for sure, but it sounded like almost identical.
how do we feel about that? Because most country songs were covers, the hits were covers from stuff that was made before too. Like, do we even care at that point? Because almost every good country song's been done a half a dozen times.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna try to put someone on a pedestal,
Yeah.
have it somewhat original and maybe not steal it from like a kid show, if that's in fact what happened.
We're gonna go the reverse Kids Bop now. We get
Yeah.
this
Oh,
Kids Show to
reverse-
Beyonce. If Kids Bop
reverse
does it
it now?
again,
Yeah.
this Kids Bop gets sued by the Kids Show because that's like now they're double down on the twice baked kiddo. That's not good.
Not for the kids, no. Doesn't sound like it. You know. Yeah, I haven't heard her country album or her house album, any album, so I wouldn't really know. I just hear what plays in the club and they shake ass to.
yeah, because you're a doorman. You're that guy. You're security.
Yeah.
There's word on the street is you have to rough people up on a regular basis.
I mean, not regularly. I might have to
Okay.
raise my voice regularly. I don't like doing that.
Nah, he's
Um,
whipping people's asses.
But you know, sometimes it comes to that. People get feel entitled or privileged to some shit that isn't a reality.
Yeah. Is there like a genre or a vibe for a club night that gets most out of hand?
No, because it's club nights are just like random shit that a DJ's gonna play. It's not like theme usually.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like certain parties that might invoke certain headaches, but not like physical shit. There hasn't been nothing where it's been like, all right, there's gonna be fights in this motherfucker. It's just like, all right, just look out for people who are probably gonna be shit faced before they even get here. Like, so just watch out for that type shit.
There was a while where I was going down to Capitol Hill on a Friday, Saturday night, and every time I was down there, there was people getting their faces split open. Is that still regular?
People do get beat up down there all the time. I mean, just not where I'd be at, but I do usually see like police helping somebody up or some shit. One of my homies, he got a club down the street from where I'm at, and he has some footage all the time. He always records, and it's always some shit like in that area. Either just too drunk, like little cat fight shit. Like there's always some little shit, but not nothing like major. Like motherfuckers died or some shit. Just like a couple of drunk chicks like slapped, some shit like that.
Yeah. I remember I went down there one night with my buddy, my roommate, and we had the whole family out there. His sister was out, his girl. I had a friend of mine out with me, and we went to this one club, and there were some guys trying to dance with his girl, and his sister was like, she's taken. They got in his sister's face. His sister slapped their girl, and the guys come after my buddy, and my buddy starts to fight. They kick the other guys out of the club because like they basically started it, but his sister got kicked out too. So I go to check on his sister because I'm like the good guy, my roommate, my other roommate, and I go down there. We're like, make sure she's okay. She got kicked out. They got to go clear the club out. They won't let my buddy leave yet because they want the other guys to leave. So we go and we check in on his sister. He comes out of the club thinking that everybody's good. He's got the other two girls with him, and he gets jumped by like 3 dudes.
He got swarmed.
He got good. He got pretty good in on them. Well, 3 versus 1, but it was like that's what I've noticed. There is something starts in the club, someone gets kicked out, and then like it's ready to go. They're just waiting outside, and it's on site.
Yeah, another thing that people don't realize is like a lot of these clubs have regulars, whether that be customers or just like people who come around, and a lot of these motherfuckers, they got respect for the staff or the other regulars. So if they see you talking crazy to someone that's their friend, for example, or someone that you're cool with, and they know that you'll get in trouble for beating their ass, they'll do it. It's a mutual combat state. A lot of people keep forgetting that. We're in Seattle, Washington. So all that talking shit, all that fake chest out, I want to fight shit is a fucking facade, bro. Because if anybody really wanted to fight, You could say, "Do you agree to mutual combat?" The fucking police will sit there and watch you fight, bro. Won't do shit. So all that fucking chest out shit, it's just like, okay, bro, you don't want to fight. You just want to make a show, but just leave type shit. But
How often do you see a mutual combat roll out on the streets?
not really. I've never heard them say mutual combat. It's usually they just throwing hands. A couple weeks ago though, someone I know threw that fade mutual combat with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guy didn't think that through though, but it is what it is.
It's whenever I see the mutual combat kick off, it's always one person who is like ready to kill, like he's like they trained almost, ready to go, and one person who is dumb, and it always ends with that dumb person getting, I hope, a life lesson.
Hopefully, you hope they take from that, because a lot of people go to the bars, they get drunk, and they let that shit alter their personality or alter their fucking thought process.
Yep.
Because just because you're talking crazy to someone, like, they could be ready to go right now, know all types of shit. You don't know what anybody knows. You know what I'm saying? So while you're talking crazy to this motherfucker, they're just sitting there chilling, waiting for you to do something.
I like seeing the footage of these unsuspecting
victims
that are talking shit to like
killers.
people with cauliflower ears.
Not literally. Like dog got like
not
a black
good
belt.
move.
Yeah.
Not a good move.
About to get kicked in the throat. Like, for real.
What's up, veggie ear?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got some popcorn in that ear, homie?
That'd be crazy.
That's when it's like, hello, sir, how are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Have a great evening.
Yeah, you see that ear, you done got kicked a few times, slammed. He's been,
It takes a long time to get that cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
Takes a couple of good ones. You gotta, you gotta get hit, and then you gotta kind of not properly take care of it because you're too busy, like
trying to
training.
You're
like too busy training. So you just let it get out of hand because you're like, I don't got the time to break off of training. Yeah. And that's when it gets trouble.
Yeah, that shit's no joke.
Trouble. Absolutely. We're live right now, Undercast Studios. We're here in the conference area, chilling. I recorded my new album, God Complex, here. I've recorded Old Fashioned here. I've recorded Ill here. I've recorded mixtape stuff. I've recorded EPs. I've done so much stuff here. I've been coming here since I was in high school.
Appreciate you, brother.
I've been. I don't want to date myself. I've been coming here for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, Boombox, you started coming here way back in the day too. I started seeing you way back.
Probably like 2010, 2009, 2010. Yeah.
You got any baby stories of the Undercast days?
The first project that I did here that I was involved in, me and Nima did a project. Nima,
Unexpected Arrival, Mr. 10K.
We did a project called Black Roses.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of my main introduction to Seattle.
Yeah.
And so it was a good experience because at that time Nima was pretty polished, and we got to work with Isaac. I hadn't quite linked up with Randy yet. I've done a lot of work with Randy, but it was primarily with Isaac.
This might have been pre-Randy days.
It may have been, yeah, because Isaac, he engineered all of our sessions, and it was that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Isaac recorded and mastered and mixed my Old Fashioned album.
Yep.
Everything before that was all Isaac, and he like, I never went to college. I was pretty sure growing up that I was not going to be college bound, but working at Undercast gave me like very much a college like experience and education. Working with Isaac, working with everybody. This is working with Nima. Nima was popping off on the radio here back in the day. Everybody was thinking he might be that guy that he might blow up. And I was like 17, and I was going out with him night after night after night, promoting, pushing his stuff. I'd get into clubs. I'd have to be like his hype man on paper, just because I was not old enough to get into the club. I think he was 19 or something at the time, so he wasn't really old enough to get in either. But we were like just doing the footwork very early on, and I learned a lot about do it yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
He was a do it yourself guy.
yeah.
You know, he had a team of people, and then after a certain point in time, I think he might have, you know, he's not doing music anymore. He's burnt out of music, but I think he might have did it as far as you can go doing it yourself without doing anything big. Everybody around was like getting signed, you know, like there was a DreamWorks deal for
Lace Cadence
and his group, and
Yep.
Clockwork
Right.
got the
Right.
deal.
Yep.
And there was, I think Julie Pilot was working at Cube 93, and she was kind of had this few people she was working directly with. Birdie at the time was
Yep.
blowing up.
R.I.P. Birdie.
This
Yep.
is
Yeah.
yeah. This was very pre the Macklemore boom.
Yep.
It was in between Sir Mix-a-Lot and Macklemore, and this was the time where the city was starting to like come out of its shell, because shortly after Mix-a-Lot there was the Ice Cube show,
I heard about
and there was
I heard about
it,
this
it,
one.
It got violent,
Yeah.
and they
They ran
put
his
in a
ass
teen
out.
dance ordinance, and you just couldn't do shows for the longest time. And in this period of time, you were seeing people come back out and fight to reopen music in Seattle. Nemo was there, Birdie was there, D Blackness and Black, Sport and Life.
Yeah. Yep.
All those guys, Feta Luciano,
Yep.
Spaceman, they were pushing to let music, hip hop specifically,
Mhm.
exist. Obese Productions, Melly,
Yeah, Melly.
everybody was really fighting to let music live again in Seattle.
Right.
And do you remember all this that time?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, and I was going to mention too, at that time, they weren't getting signed necessarily, but I remember Old Dominion. Those
Yeah.
guys were really starting. I mean, they were starting to go on tour with some of the guys like Henri. Those guys were starting to bubble.
They kind of had that atmosphere.
Yep.
Circle, like they were
The
cool.
rhyme sayer, like the rhyme sayers.
Yeah, they were rhyme
Ish.
sayers.
Yeah.
They were.
Yep.
A lot of them
Yep.
went to go sign to rhyme sayers,
Yep.
and it was that they were very influential. I hate that I left them out of it, because at that point in time, everybody was like looking up to Old Dominion. Like those were like, they got the respect.
They were like, this may be a bad comparison, but it was almost kind of like, in a way, like Seattle's, and even like it wasn't the same style, but just like that dark and gritty, and they were super diverse. They had so many different styles. It was almost like Wu-Tang in a way. Whereas there was a big ass group of people, and if I remember, it was like from Portland, Seattle. Like they were all. It wasn't just Seattle. I mean,
No.
they were spread out.
Olympia, I think they might have went up to Canada.
Yep.
They were deep, and a lot of those guys went and signed big deals, and they still make dope music.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Now, DP,
Mm-hmm.
you and I, we got history. You're my brother, man. We went to LA for that show in LA.
Holy shit. Yeah, that shit is fun, man.
You remember we were outside of that club, and there was like these there's Persians versus Russians trying to fight out in front of the club.
I do remember that. The square toes, yeah.
And
Jesus.
we were just trolling. We were trolling the fight.
Square toes? What's with the square
The
toes?
Russians at the square toe dress shoes, man. They all got those, man.
There was like a ton of Russian guys, and there was this one Persian guy and his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was not going to stop. She was like, oh no, you're fighting them. And he's
It's
like,
just a straight problem, bro.
and the whole time.
That reminds me of that Key and Peele episode where like, what is it? Peele's dressed up as a woman, and she keeps like talking shit to everybody, and then looking at her boyfriend to fight the guy. Or whatever.
Oh my god, man.
The whole time that she's trying to get her boyfriend to fight, she's like, if you don't fight them, you're a pussy. I don't want to be with you. And DP is macking on her.
I'm cracking. I'm like,
He saw the opportunity. He's like,
I'm like, look at your
man.
man's though. Your man's is terrified. Like, come roll with a real nigga. You know what I'm talking about? We got the hotel down the street. Stephen King wrote a book on this bitch. Come on. what I'm talking about?
She was feeling it too.
She was feeling the
It was
vibe.
great.
I almost scooped her. I almost did.
It was very close, but then they fought, and then we're like, oh well, now she's got to go take
now
care
she
of her,
gotta
man.
get my Band-Aid and shit. Man.
He was like this close to him leaving with dude's girl, and then the guy ended up fighting anyways. But the fight started there, and then everybody disbanded. Cops are gonna come. La da da. But it was so funny.
It was a great time down
We're just
Hollywood,
chilling
man.
there in Hollywood, and this fight is going down, and we're instigating because we're assholes. We don't care. We're trolling, and he just starts cracking, taking this girl from dude. It
Hey,
was so
she looked
funny.
real delicious, man.
She was hot. She was a good-looking Hollywood girl, and you were very close because she was like, I think she wanted to break up with him anyway. She was trying to have like break up by fire.
She just wanted to.
She wanted it out for sure.
Yeah.
She wanted it out.
That shit was hilarious.
Good old Hollywood.
But I think you and I first crossed paths 206 Proof.
Yes. The proof,
The
that's
proof.
really where I feel like I've started relationships with a lot of people before I
Yeah.
even like met anybody. The
Yeah.
206 proof.
For-
Same here.
For people watching at home, we got people all over the country. 206proof.com was this website. It was a Seattle-based hip-hop website. Everybody who did anything hip-hop related in Seattle, whether you were like a contractor working with the mayor, if you were Macklemore, if
Literally.
you were
Everybody was
Greaves,
on that.
Old Dominion was all over here. Everybody.
PDP, Dawson, all them cats.
Dawson.
Yeah, it was great. It was great because there was like random trolls
Yeah.
that knew how to troll like a motherfucker.
Oh,
And
bro, that was
they
troll
were-
school.
They were pissing off all these dudes because it was like the street mixed with the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of
That's
these
so
kids,
good.
some of these kids that were trolling were never going to be found out.
Yeah.
But then it made other people in Seattle comfortable, and they would start trolling, and then they would go to a show and they would get knocked out.
Yeah, it's like, bro, this isn't the internet. Like, all that shit you say in the proof, we're gonna see you, bro.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
got,
like,
it got pretty nasty.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
people felt they could just take liberties.
Yeah. I had a few people that did not like me, and
I wonder why.
and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know you very well. I don't know what you're capable of, but I never caught anything.
Yeah.
I was never too worried.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they hated me, if they just hated me like if it was a laid back hatred or if it was with a passion. I don't think I ever caught a passionate hatred because I probably would have got snuck up on from behind, you know?
Can't hide.
Nah.
Can't hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody. Somebody might have came up to my face, but at the time, I was pretty confident in myself. I was not the old man that I am today.
Mhm.
I was a rocket man.
Yeah, you weren't like wildly disrespectful with your trolling either. You just make people feel dumb. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I was cocky enough where I understand if I piss somebody off because I was joking all the time. I was making like Photoshop edits of local
Yes,
rappers, like
yes,
Valentine's
yes,
cards I would put out,
yes,
and
yes,
some of them
that
would be
so
a little
good.
more zesty
oh my
than
god, the
others.
Valentine's cards, man.
Fuck, man.
Fuck the
I wish
proof,
you could just
man.
bring that back for just a day. To just scroll through all
Yeah.
the threads.
The fucking proof, man.
Yeah, there was
That was beautiful. That was seriously beautiful.
there was this guy who became like super famous on the proof, but he was a Seattle rapper, but nobody really like never seen him do shows. You guys remember C Clips?
I was just about to
Yes,
say, not
yes.
Durag.
Yes.
He
Oh,
had
yeah.
this
Holy
picture,
shit.
do-rag. He had a do-rag. He had these hooks that were like shaved into his face. There's these clips. They were hooks, and his picture looked like really fucking cool. Like he thought he was really cool, and he would come on the proof. And he would just say something, and it would go nuclear. He was
Bro,
he was like 206 Thanos.
No,
Yeah.
seriously.
Everybody
He
shot at him.
was. He's a legend. Him and fucking Laser Beam too.
Laser
beam.
Shout out
beam.
to my nigga
Remember
Laser Beam.
Toxic.
man.
Toxic would get. He would get.
Oh,
lit. He'd get.
yeah.
He would go
R.I.P.
after
Toxic,
people.
man. That was my
Toxic
guy.
was the
R.I.P.
homie.
Man.
Hell yeah.
That's the dog, right? That's my
Hell
homie.
yeah.
The first show I did was at the Rendezvous in Seattle. The first show I did,
Yeah.
Classic.
Rendezvous, and he came out and he was drunk, but he was like, "You want me to film it for you? I'll film it for you." And he filmed my first set. It's still up on like an old YouTube account. All my very first show It's me. I got one of my old wrestling buddies from Canada was there to do my hype man. He's like this independent wrestler now, Daniel Makabe. He's an indie guy. This is his retirement year on the scene. He just like got hit up. I don't know if you guys remember Daniel Bryan from WWE.
Yeah. From Seattle, right?
He's a local guy. Daniel Bryan just tweeted out last week. He was like, it would be pretty interesting if I had a match with Daniel Makabe. And I was like, man, I was marking out. I'm like, I've known that guy forever.
That's dope.
That's cool. Daniel Bryan is like, he's probably like the purest wrestler there is. Pro wrestling. I'm a fucking pro wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
I'm so out of the loop on that.
Nah, you know what's up.
Which is weird because Boombox, you look like John Cena's brother.
Oh shit! Let's
I
call
get
Jake.
that shit on.
Call Jake one up real quick.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. I've heard that a few times.
Jake One produced John Cena. Jake One, he's local producer here.
Yeah.
He did my 8 Ton Gorilla song. He's worked with so many people. He's worked multiple albums with he was all over the G Unit stuff. Dude is a beast. He's done so much work. So dope. He did the John Cena intro. It's like a little nod to Seattle. It's like John Cena's intro music. Everybody's heard it. It's all over. It's the memes. It's WrestleMania. A little piece that comes back from Seattle. I love that little tidbit.
Bro, I don't know what country it was, bro, but there was some video came out a few months ago. Some dude was making a speech to the whole damn country, and he played the John Cena theme song music as his outro, dog. They went crazy, bro. That shit was insane.
He probably got elected.
Not for real. Shout out to Jake. Jake got old boy another term and shit. Yeah.
But yeah, the Toxic. This is all stemming from Toxic. He recorded that for me, and I was like, I wasn't really prepared to do it, but he was like, I'll do it for you. I'll hold it in.
Was that the corner?
With Candid? Yeah.
That was at the performance?
Yeah.
I love that shit, man.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish they would bring something like that back. That was so much fun.
It was this small little room.
It's a theater.
Little theater, holding 60, 70 people. Yep. And Candid, he's Old Dominion. Yep. He's that guy. Yep. He was like, I want to build something that gets local acts together. I want to have, people from all over come do 4 sets. Yep. Macklemore did the corner. I think Spaceman headlined the one I did. Yep. Fresh Espresso, I think, was on there. Yep. There's 4 people every month. And when Candid reached out to me, I had never done a performance in Seattle before. I'd done some small little stuff at wrestling events when I was with my buddies out on the East Coast doing wrestling. We'd have a hall and I'd do some rapping in between wrestling stuff, shit like that. And this is my first show, and Candid put me on because I won a donut eating contest and a rap battle against Mike Phenom.
I remember that. Was that the Red Bull one? Was that the Red Bull one?
It was just a little. It was a thing down in Ballard. It was who can beat Mike Phenom, who can see Mike Phenom, and they had these MCs come in 1-to-1 with him, and I come on with cheat codes because I'm just this big goofy son of a bitch, and I'm just being ridiculous, funny, overbearing, and Mike Phenom's asshole.
I remember, he couldn't, he didn't have any. I remember I was at that. He couldn't. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, because I was just I was straight up cheat codes. I'm this big overbearing. I had a couple of bars that were really funny, and he's just you son of a bitch. And I also won my donut eating contest where I got that donut necklace that week. And Candid called me. He's like, "Hey man, you're kind of having the best week ever right now. You want to do the corner?" And I was like, I think I can be a rapper. Yeah, let me try this out.
She was good with it. Hell yeah.
And I got in there, and Henry Osborne, Old Dominion, was in the crowd after the set. He comes up to me. He's like, "You're dope."
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that is all the confidence I need.
Right.
That's an OG right here.
Yep.
And I'm day one right now.
He's a creature too.
Yeah.
Henry, shout out to Henry. He's still fucking a mutant.
Yeah, he's filthy.
Yeah. And that was the cool thing about the corner. Everybody would show up, and it would be all the city town business just hanging, watching, hanging out. There's cheap ass beer.
Yeah.
That was definitely a vibe, man. The corner was a fucking good time.
Yep.
I remember when we did that shit, Boss Fam. became like 30 fucking deep.
Yeah,
Fucking-
which is half the room
Yeah,
at least.
The one and
Yeah,
only
yeah.
show that I threw was actually at the Rendezvous.
Yeah.
I
You and
did like a
AWOL,
night.
right?
It
You and
was
AWOL.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
You guys, AWOL,
Mhm.
Docaine from Tacoma. had
Yeah,
some
that was
Tacoma
legendary. Yeah, it
show.
was that night.
shit
Yeah,
was fire, too.
bro, that whole show was
I love
legendary.
that venue. The people were cool. The bartenders were fucking. I got to
Yeah.
know them really well.
It's a
Everybody's
cool
hella
little
chill.
theater.
Yep.
There was a basement room there too, and then I think like a third room. Did people perform it? But I've never been to the third
I've never
room.
been to any of
No.
them.
Yeah.
To run them.
Basement didn't. Matter of fact, the basement. Going back to the 206 proof, wasn't there was some big function? I don't remember what it was. If it was like an
We did,
206
we did, a,
proof
we did an
awards or
awards
something?
ceremony where we.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My
Did-
dick
did you
won.
go there? Yeah.
My dick won.
Yeah.
Let's go.
DP's dick won an
Fucking
award.
shout out to Heather. Shut the fuck up. I hate you, bitch. Yeah, so there was this little white
Heather,
girl
that's
on
right.
there, man. Little
Yeah.
Heather. You know me. I'm just a flirt by nature, I guess.
Yeah,
But she was acting like she wanted to link up on some shit, and we just texting.
I think she kind of did.
I don't know.
But then she got trolly about it.
Yeah, I think she liked the attention, and then she wanted to troll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
This bitch. So let me get into this because
yes.
this is actually a good villain origin story. It's literally the reason why I don't send bitches pictures of my dick no more. Like you gotta like see it in person, or you could like do a little video in person. But so we were texting or whatever, and I sent the dick through. Sent the dick through, and then all the fucking sudden, bro, I'm getting calls from niggas who I don't even have their number. Like fucking one that stuck out to me since we talked about him was Mike Phenom. Like he was traumatized. Like he's like, Pitt, man, you my nigga, bro, but. Bro, like that bitch sent that picture to me. I'm like, what? And then I found out she sent it to fucking everybody, pretty much. Everybody she had a number for. So yeah, my dick ended up winning the inanimate object of the year for that shit. Shout out to Heather.
And then, like nowadays, like we're all so aware of how horrible that is.
Yeah,
That's revenge porn.
Like
It's
literally.
illegal.
Yeah.
But
I
at
could
the
sue this
time,
bitch.
you were just part of the script. It was
Hey,
like
yeah,
that was the talk of the week.
No, literally. But it wasn't all so bad because I ended up recording a session with Marcus D and Justice at the time, and they went to
Yeah.
the same school she went to, which was like Seattle U. So I'm like going for a fucking session, and this bitch, of course, it just happens to be in the fucking thing. She like whispers over to her homegirl. And now her homegirl's looking at me all like, "Oh, that's him." Like, "Oh, damn, here we go." So she fucking has a problem, like spreading it to everybody. Like, so I went through a lot of trauma during that time. A lot of random white women coming up to me. that I had
Completely
no idea.
unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Undo.
Uncalled for.
If
like,
this was 2024, you would have a case.
oh, I'd be rich. I'd see that bitch.
You'd have her entire family's inheritance.
Not for sure.
You'd be eaten.
But yeah, good old 206 proof. I wish I knew where that award was. It probably somewhere
man.
laying around. But man, that's a legendary
It was
fucking thing.
it was so
award show
fun.
was
It was-
so fucking great, man. Holy shit.
it was a real window of Seattle hip hop,
Yep.
and it was right before Macklemore blew up, and everybody else that kind of popped off, Greaves and all those guys, everybody, the Rhyme Sayers signings for the Old Dominion guys,
Yep.
was right before everything popped off, and everybody was ready. Like everybody was feeling it. There was a community that Seattle was like, it was everybody was there, and if you were there, no matter if you were, a small part of something or a big part of something, you were on 206 proof, and you were it was town business every damn
Straight
day.
up, man. And like I
I
said,
spent
bro,
way
that
too
was
much time on that. Way too much time. And that's actually where I met literally both of you
Yeah.
guys. That's how I met both you guys was through a lot of people. Toxic, like a lot of people that I have
Yeah, we,
relationships with to this day because of 206
Yeah, I think you
proof.
reached out to me on there to get on Docaine shit, and that's when you went to the Hobbit
That was
Closet.
the Hobbit Closet. Yeah.
Bro had the studio. He had like a little just like a little closet door to the studio, and then I called it the Hobbit Closet because I was like all up in that motherfucker.
It's like the
door.
Prius that you guys came in, man.
It's like
it was
egg,
tight
bro.
for him.
It's like
man.
us in
It
an
was-
egg. For
Yeah,
real.
we
a lot of
rolled in.
space.
Me and DP rolled in today in the Prius C.
Oh, bro.
We were big
That
boys.
could, that could
Elbows
be an
to elbows.
advertisement. Like, look, even the offensive line can get in this.
Nah,
so-
for sure. You get the Twin Towers in there, the right and left tackle, for real. Hell yeah.
Made me miss the days of driving a Cadillac. When the gas prices went up, I was like, I can't buy a Cadillac. I can't do it. I got to have a little hybrid or something.
Right.
But now the Cadillacs are hybrid. Maybe it's time for me to find a nice hybrid SUV and get back into big boy status.
No, for sure.
Because this tiny car is
it's insane.
It's clown mode.
It's insane. No.
You're doing your environmental part, Billy. That's how you can justify it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then they charge you extra here in Washington State. If you have a hybrid, you have to pay extra because you're not buying enough gas, so you're not paying the gas taxes when they sell you gas.
Jesus Christ, they'll always find a way.
Yeah,
always.
They're sick in the head.
The reason why I feel like they added the additional gas tax was to really start pushing people towards getting those electric vehicles, and so it's like that's interesting.
People went too far. They're like, well, now you got to pay for the hybrid tax or the electric vehicle tax, which it is what it is. It's just money, right? Like,
it's another
who needs
scam.
Money?
It's another fucking scam in the fucking system, you know?
Boo. So we did a little memory lane. 206 Proof is very much like we could probably talk about stuff from there for hours.
Oh, for sure.
But DP, on the way here, we were talking about that Drake.
Right.
That Kendrick Drake. What was it, about 2 months ago that Drake put out the video of him playing with his wiener? Did you see that?
I did not see that, no.
Was that the beginning of the end for Drake?
No, so this is just sick, but Kendrick spoke on that in his fucking Meet the Grams thing, which actually ties in with this whole pedophile sick shit. You're using it to promote your agenda, and this whole thing with him and Metro Boomin, I guess, is over some chick. I don't fucking know. I don't even feel right talking about this shit, but
okay, yeah,
it's like whatever the fuck. This man leaked his dick, and then like he just continues to do all this crazy shit. But at the end of the day, like that man got destroyed. As far as the beef goes, beginning of the end for Drake, I can't pinpoint it, but it was probably thinking that he could rap with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Or thinking that nuke that he had was enough.
Yeah, that's...
The thing is, when you're that up high in the mountaintop and you're just getting all this praise and you have every record, you're this rich, like, no one is really being honest with you, and you might just feel a little more confident than you actually are.
Yeah, the yes man syndrome.
Yeah. I feel like he thought that the Family Matters joint was going to be enough. And it's real funny because before that, he was like damn near begging this man to drop. You know, he was like begging every day. He would like post like a picture of his manager or some shit, like where y'all at. Whole time this man's just plotting just different ways to pick you fucking apart. And like everything that Kendrick said like happened. Like when Drake like asked for like you better come with like a triple entendre on your next joint. Euphoria, the title alone is like 7 different like meanings behind that. Aside from it being a show, aside from it being like you feel euphoria right before you die.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so many different layers to that. It's like, it was a masterclass for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the beef as a whole.
Yeah. I remember when the first Kendrick track came back, Crooked Eye was talking about it on Twitter. And that's like that West Coast lyricist, you know?
That's the lyrical god right there.
Yeah.
Bro. Crooked Eye.
And he was being very fair to Drake, but he's like, I mean, it just is what it is. Like,
no,
if you're know about writing and rap and everything, like Kendrick really did the damn thing here. This is big.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, you're feeling like you're at the top of the mountain. You gotta like do whatever. But he just came off really unprepared. Like the fact that you're like entertaining all these other rappers that are not Kendrick. Like for me, fuck Rick Ross, fuck all these other motherfuckers that's talking shit that you felt the need to address. All that shit took away from the fact that you're supposed to be battling this man.
Well, and didn't J. Cole, didn't he kind of bow out too?
Oh, he bowed the fuck out.
He was like, no.
He was like, Big Three.
He was like, well, it's time for me to,
you know what happened is he put out his diss track. He got that text like, hey, bro, this shit is not about to be rap. It's about to get bad. You might want to withdraw that.
Yeah, J. Cole did a live show a couple days later, and he
Bro.
was like, "Hey, I'm not about this. I want peace. I'm going to apologize for
Bro.
bringing this to that level because I just trying to be on some rap shit."
Bruh, it wasn't just at a fucking show. This is
Yeah.
at his festival.
Yeah, it was a
This
festival.
is at your yearly festival in front of all your fucking fans, your hometown.
It was an apology.
That was nasty work. Like, I don't ever want to.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
He was like, "I don't want it. I'm good. Let's."
Don't jump off the cliff. You can't jump off a cliff and then say, "I don't want to die falling, bro." Like, you jumped off the fucking cliff, and now no one's gonna take him serious. He could drop the hardest album in the world with this fall off shit. People are still gonna be like, "Oh, you bowed out, bro. You're scared of Kendrick. You don't want war." Like, it's part of hip hop, bro. You gotta be able to go someone's neck.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Have you ever gone at anyone's neck?
I have before, yeah. He knows about it.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple people, yeah, but not like just completely targeting them, like locked in, like I was saying. It was just kind of like just a little light jab to let you know don't play with me, and it never really went that far. I've always wanted to, though. To be honest with you, I have like probably about 6 beats that I've had for like years. Like 3 of them he made. That is just I'm just waiting. Like it's like they're perfect like beef type tracks.
Yeah.
So I already have like shit in my head for them. Like so, yeah, I'm always ready for some shit like that. But I'm kind of really haven't been dabbling in the music as much lately. But we definitely have some crazy shit in the works for sure.
I've always been jokey about stuff. I've made a couple of diss tracks joking wise. And joking wise, I can hit pretty hard. Like,
no, you went hard. I feel like there was like a few months where you just were like killing like YouTube rappers every week.
I was doing the YouTube
YouTubers
disses,
every week,
and they blew up.
That shit was hard.
They blew up pretty well.
Yeah, nah.
I remember back in the day, my buddy Ricky Farrow, he directed my Just a Bill video. Love him.
I remember that.
Love his music. Big fan of him forever. Art Vandelay, he did a project that was amazing. The producer of Art Vandelay produced the Just a Bill track. Like that's my guy. But back in the day, him and I were buddies, and we kind of had not a falling out. We just distanced ourselves. I was probably a bit of an asshole sometimes. I was always like going above and beyond to like joke around, and I probably joked a little too hard. When he had like a girl around or something, he's like, "Fuck that guy," you know. But like, it was never a big beef.
Yeah.
But he like took me out of his MySpace top 8, and then I was like, I made like I made a 40 bar diss about taking out the top 8, and it was pretty hard.
Was it on the 40 bar dash joint with Ryan and Doug?
Yeah, I did the 40 bar dash against him, and
shout out Ryan.
Ryan
Doug
on a mission. The Kavasic boys, they were always rolling with Nima. That was where I met them.
Yeah, that was part of the crew.
Wake up and smell Seattle hip hop.
Wake up and smell the hip hop, Seattle. That was these T-shirts. Everybody would wear them back in the day. So wake up and smell the hip hop, Seattle.
I had one.
Yeah, everybody wore that.
They did a lot of good groundwork.
Everybody
a lot of
wore
good
that.
shows and shit.
That was they were the guys. They were good dudes. I still see Ryan every once in a while. I haven't seen Doug for a while, but
nice.
I totally lost where I was at. But
we're talking about disses.
The disses, for the 40 bar diss. Yeah. Anyways, the diss we did the 40 bar diss, and him and I kind of like got back together after that because like it was kind of it was so funny. And he was like, first he's like, "Fuck you," and then he was like, "Okay, yeah, no, it was funny. We're cool again." But I remember he was working with Macklemore at the time, and Macklemore was like, "Oh man, never diss me, dude. Never diss me." And I think he's the only guy that you would diss nowadays, right? But
probably.
I can't because he told me not to.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it. I
wouldn't want to. He's always been really cool with me. I appreciate him, but I remember that one. He was like, "You're fucking mean, dude."
Oh, Matt.
Yeah. We were standing outside of a club, and I was like, "That's fucking never diss me, dude."
The thing, bro. When you're like funny naturally, and you're just like a jokester, bro. Like,
but
you could rip somebody apart. That's all it is.
You got that wit, man.
Like, bro, if you look at like the Kendrick and Drake beef, not to go back to it, a lot of the shit that stood out to me was the funny shit. Like him saying like, what is it, the braids? Like just the way he was talking to him and shit. Like there was a lot of funny elements to that. It was just like That's what it was when you're joking on someone, roasting them back in the day. If you make everyone laugh at them, they lost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're
A
running home
minor.
crying. Yeah, exactly, bro. All that shit, all the chant shit. It's like, bro, it's masterclass.
It's
bro.
ridiculous because now you have people in the club and they're just singing along, dropping like pedophile is singing along.
Bro, he destroyed this nigga in like 4 different types of songs, like 7 different styles, like,
Yeah.
and then to end it with like the song of the summer in probably a year.
Yeah.
Like, what is he gonna do if he drops a remix with Pusha T on it?
Yeah.
What is he gonna do if he fucking spins back and does like another not like that remix? And this is gonna get ugly.
On our way here, we had there was like a girl in like a Jeep Grand Cherokee, white girl, and she was just bumping that Kendrick diss track like she would have been bumping Drake 6 months ago.
I thought it was like literally. I was like, bro, see, look, everyone's tapped in, bro.
Yeah, that's the song of the summer right now.
And now, like, more of his fucking reference tracks keep getting leaked. It's looking bad for bro. Like, it's on a decline.
What about the reference? What reference tracks?
Bro, so one of the reference ties for Mob Ties, which was like one of his biggest hits of his album Scorpion, just leaked. Like literally fucking damn near word for word, Party Next Door. And then like 2 other ones leaked. I forgot what songs they were, but it definitely seems like this is like a very targeted execution of this man. Like not just from like rap, you know what I mean? Like just all around, like all this shit leaking. It's like everyone's just stomping his ass the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? They're sick of his shit.
Yeah. Oh, what you guys have anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to bring up? Kind of been directing everything, and I don't know if I'm stepping on toes.
Well,
Oh no,
you
you
gonna
saw
talk a
it.
little bit about the project, man, that you just released?
the God Complex album. Yeah, this new album. It just came out yesterday on Spotify, on iTunes, everywhere. But it's 7 years basically since I put out an album. Pre-pandemic, I started working a couple of the tracks on this album. Code Pendant and Wear the Crown were beats that me and Lincoln made in like 2019. I was getting ready to put this album out, and we slowed down a bit, and the pandemic hit, and that just reset me on making music. And up until literally, like, I think it was 9 months ago, 10 months ago, they were building Studio C here at Undercast, and I was in the room, and Randy Ross, Undercast engineer, OG, known him for so long too, before he was Undercast.
Mm-hmm.
He was recording me at his place like a minute ago, before pre-Undercast days.
Didn't he used to rap? Did
He might have, because he was coming up with Repent. He might have some.
Repent, Big Rip. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, ripping it.
Logan.
Ripping it.
He
Yeah.
might have some Repent verses out there. We have to dig those up if they exist. But Randy, just like 9 months ago, was asking when we're going to get Billy back in the studio. When's the next Billy the Fridge album? And that when that came up, I thought to myself, I laughed. I was like, I'm an old man. Like, what do I have to rap about?
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know,
What do you
I'm
want
like,
to talk about, right?
yeah. What am I gonna? Who wants to hear their grandpa rap? You know.
Well,
And then, within a month of him bringing that up, I did a track with Type for Type's album. He got me in the studio. We recorded a song called Sex Symbols. There's a music video out there that's very hard to find. It's on YouTube, but it's blocked because we filmed in a sex dungeon, and the sex dungeon had drawers of sex toys, and we pulled out sex toys and we're whipping them around in the video being funny. And YouTube's like, this is explicit. We will only show this to logged in accounts 18 and above, which is probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But also, it's music. It's art. Let a kid see a freaking jelly dick float. Who cares? We weren't inserting.
Yeah.
It's probably the right thing to do. But that being said, I got in with Type. I got back in the studio, and I was like, you know what? I should work on an album. I think I got something in me. And then now, God Complex. I think we started recording back in October, and took a while. We finished it, I want to say, in March, And then the last month or two has been getting the album art done. My guy Death Inc. did the album art for me. And this album art is I put a little video up on TikTok yesterday, and people who aren't fans of mine found it, and this started telling me that it's blasphemous. The cover art is blasphemy. So
perfect. That's perfect.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't.
All right, so I'll show you. But basically, I'm fat Jesus, but I'm not exactly Jesus. It's like me with the donut chain, the bandana, and then I'm crucified on a McDonald's arch. It's God complex. So I'm like, what do I think? Like when I think of like, what would I be dying for? You know, my sin is obesity, dude. And then this is capitalism. This is McDonald's. This is the arches. Like the arches are. Someone says blasphemy. I was like, it's blasphemy to hang myself on a McDonald's arch.
Literally,
like,
somebody's always gonna find an issue with something, man.
Which is what I kind of did want people to talk about it. I wanted to be provocative. I wanted to evoke the thought of like, is this guy serious? You know. But like even the God complex thought itself, it's not about thinking that you're Jesus Christ. You don't think that you're the Messiah. It could be. But it's like you have delusions, It's not like you're saying I'm God. These are delusions. And if I have a God complex, it's not because I am your God, I'm not your God. I am thinking that I'm connected into existence on a higher level, and it is ego.
Hey,
I don't think I'm God. I could be though.
Right, you might. Hey, I mean, you were Zeus on the proof, though, right?
I did have access to that account for a while, but I wasn't.
Shout out to Zeus.
Yeah, we had 206 proof. There was like inanimate admins that would come in and just shut shit down. Thinking of 206 proof. Remember the Dave Minard account?
Oh my god. In my short jeans with the Jeep.
Yeah, Dave
Millie.
Mine Millie.
Oh my.
Dave Minard's this guy.
He
he managed like was Blue Scholars Common Market. He was a money man, and he was around the city. He worked with politicians and stuff. He owned some property.
He owned a couple like restaurant bars.
Yeah,
or
he owns the 5 Spot. I think he still does. He got somebody on the proof made a fake account of his, and that person would just go around talking about picking up T-girls on 99 Velvet Pickle.
Velvet Pickle.
Some sick shit.
Dave
bro.
Minard was like this Seattle super gangster. He's like this nerdy politician guy, and everybody would go around like he's the Seattle super gangster. Mine Millie.
Yeah,
picking up T-girls, strolling the blade for T-girls. Velvet Pickles is #1 girl.
Yeah, he was going crazy all
It
the
was
time.
the funniest shit. And again, saying this now probably will get me canceled. It's 2024. I think this is insensitive. I would never joke about a pillar of the community picking up T-girls,
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Like, yeah, it was just hilarious to hear a motherfucker just go crazy like that, like Velvet Pickle.
Yeah,
like, I remember him saying like something with a Jeep and like having like jean shorts. Like he was going crazy, bro. He was fucking going nuts.
There's this damn website, 206proof.com. This forum
bro.
would just take real shit in the city and blast it.
The introductions thread was always, oh, that was beautiful. Some people they're like, hey, I'm here. Hi, everybody. And some people just come in and just fucking cut their legs off. It's like, all right.
It was vicious. It was so funny because people would get checked in real life on a regular basis.
Oh, every time.
Now. Yeah, that was great.
What do we think? When's the last time you were on Undercast Boombox?
It's been a couple years. Yeah, I think Steffo and I, big shout Steffo.
Yeah, Steffo.
He and I were wrapping up one of our projects. That was a couple years ago at least.
Yeah.
2-3 years ago.
Is that the one that we were on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember when you were there.
Yeah.
What was the name of that song?
Be
It's
Myself.
good. Be myself and I.
Yeah.
That's a good track.
Yeah.
That's just hard.
Those of you listening right now, Spotify, Steffo. Is under the name Steffo?
Steffo and Boombox Massacre. Yeah.
Me, myself, and I got a dope verse on there. You're on that too, right?
I believe so.
Or were you on another track on the album?
remember.
No, you were. You guys
Okay,
were.
It was like during COVID time when we recorded it. And I remember you being on the album, but I'm like, was that the same track? I'm pretty sure it was, but we couldn't record at the same time because it was rough getting me in as a feature for during COVID when everything was super shut down.
Yeah, because when he said that he got you in, I was like, oh shit, he's back. All right, let's go. Fuck yeah. And it turned out great, man.
The song is dope. Steffo's got this crazy character and he just murked the hook, and we got some fire verses. Me, myself, and I.
No, I think Be Myself.
Be myself. Yeah, I just want to
be myself.
Be myself. I can't do it like he can. But
he's got that, what is it, falsetto?
Yeah.
This shit's crazy.
He's got a real soulful voice, but he can hit some higher notes.
Yeah, he did a song, Raising Hell, for an Undercast mixtape. We did Raising Hell, and I had a verse on there, and I lifted his hook and put it on. I made a full song around it because it was so fucking good.
Yeah,
no, that shit was hard.
He killed it.
Yeah,
Raising Hell. Yeah,
man. He's got a great voice.
Yeah, he's dope. I've known him since he was a little lad too. He started coming in Undercast when he was like 17.
Yep.
I was just
He's coming in with like Grinch, wasn't
he? Yeah. He was,
Shout Grinch too.
I think he might have been coming in with Petty P.
Petty P.
Might have been pre-Grinch even. I don't know. This is a long time ago. Long time ago. But everybody watching right now, I don't know if you guys are enjoying our Seattle hip hop history. I think we've been pretty funny regarding it. I don't think we've been too exclusionary.
Oh no, I love it.
What's something popular right now that you guys what's in the ethos, the current pop culture that you think is interesting?
Pop culture.
Right?
What even is
pop culture? Well, I've noticed it's not music related, but it's like it's more like on the health kick, like the mushroom stuff. I've found very interesting.
What are you thinking with the mushrooms?
Like adaptogenic mushrooms and all these different like mud water, like coffee replacements.
Yeah, I think there's like a memory, the memory enhancing mushroom, right?
Yep.
What are you taking them?
I've tried it, yeah, and I've noticed the difference. I've noticed the difference.
Really?
You notice the difference?
I do. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Are we about to become mushroom superhumans like Super Mario Brothers? Because
yeah,
I'm willing to jump on that train.
No, that sounds
lit. It's not the psychedelic type.
Yeah,
it's not the psychedelic type. But like I haven't had any coffee. Like I used to drink a shit ton of coffee, like 2 pots a day. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
It's easy to get addicted to coffee here. But yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. It's like everywhere. It's always in my feed, and maybe it's just my analytics or whatever. But it's in terms of pop, I've seen a lot of like the whole fitness, the health, the healthy lifestyle craze where they're doing ice baths and people are doing ice baths, and a lot of this is probably like from Rogan and his crew, like because they always get all these people on, and the carnivore diet, all that shit. I think it's very interesting. I don't do it, but
I had one of my roommates was doing carnivore and they did very well on it. And when I was doing keto, I couldn't bring myself to do carnivore because I like treats. So I would do all these like buster ass fake keto treats. There'd be like little cookies that tasted like shit, but because I wasn't having regular cookies.
Tastes like mead paper.
Yeah. But at the time I couldn't have sugar. So I'm like, oh yeah, I love these little dickhead discs. I will eat these. These are cookies, right? Yeah, the mushroom stuff is something I'm interested in. I've been getting piped. Pause. I've been getting piped in all these videos of like clips of podcasts talking about it, and I'm like, do I want to look into this? And now that you bring it up, I'm like, maybe I do want to get into this. Maybe I need to expand my mind.
Yeah, it's not like turns you into like a superhuman, but like, like like I don't have a crash in the afternoons, like with coffee. Like
Yeah.
I feel more, a little bit, just slightly more alert. And it could be a placebo, and I'm telling myself that it's working, but either way, it's working.
Could
Hey,
be.
that's what's up.
I think placebos are real though. When I was a younger guy, I was having trouble getting boners, and I got this Spanish fly. The Spanish fly is supposed to make your Peter hard, and I started taking it, and I was getting these massive erections,
Bro.
but it turns out they were just peanut M&Ms.
Bro. What the fuck is wrong?
Oh shit, man, my fucking size killing me.
I'm joking.
Pause,
I'm joking. I just really get excited for peanut M&Ms.
Jesus Christ. That's hilarious. Not the peanut M&Ms, bro. It's like, fuck the pill. Let me get a pack of M&Ms, bro. Fuck it.
I had to get at least one dirty one in.
That's fair. It's totally fair.
You guys like comedy, like comedians?
I've been dabbling into watching more for sure.
I can.
I'm trying to like learn how to like write comedy. I'm gonna work on like a comedy album, so I've been like watching a little more than I usually have.
Yeah. I on this new album, God Complex, I did a track called Kill Tony. The Kill Tony podcast has all these comedians. It's very big podcast. So I'm jumping on right now to try and get clout. I'm trying to chase clout.
No, that shit's crazy. Like, that's a beautiful song, man.
Well, the reason I did the song was because they're in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
You go down to Austin, Texas. It's a live comedy show every week. They have 200 people waiting in a bar next door to do 1 minute of comedy on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I went down to Austin for a week, for a month, and I signed up, the odds of me getting on stage are impossible. I was like, I'm going to make a song. I'm going to call it Kill Tony. I'm going to set the vibe for what Kill Tony is, how I feel Kill Tony is. And then I'm going to force a minute of comedy into this song in the form of a rap. But it's like, I wanted to do a minute, and I didn't want to do a dope minute, you know? Like, I don't have to kill because you have the audience. If you are a live performer, you know the audience is really important to pacing. So like the idea is it's an homage to that. But I wrote a little minute on there, and it was something that I really wanted to do, and I didn't know if I'd be able to pull it off for the album because I'm like, this is ambitious. If I write a minute, is it gonna be cringe? And then I'm like, well, if I just write it to the point where I am not trying to be super dope about it, then I think it alleviates the cringe. But again, comedy is something that's been a part of my life forever. When I do my live shows, I'm always like riffing during my sets in between songs. I'm trying to make the audience crack, trying to make them laugh. It's very much a hybrid of comedy and music when I'm performing live. So yeah, when you say you're writing some comedy, some stand-up, I'm in my heart, I want to be there too. That's something I want to do.
Yeah.
I love comedy. I think I always told myself when I got too old to rap, I would retire from rap and I would become a comedian. And then when I got too old to do comedy, I would become a cruise ship lounge singer. And I would just die on a cruise ship singing ballads.
That sounds fire.
Yeah. That was my retirement plan. But I'm so old now, I'm still rapping. I might have to skip the comedian phase or retire a comedian. I don't know. I think retiring on a cruise ship is the goal, though.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds like the move.
Or, I could marry a millionaire and live happily ever after in a super yacht of my own. I could get a super yacht.
That could work.
I could live in a super yacht. Or oceanside mansion. If we're settling, because yachts kind of suck for maintenance.
Yeah, I can imagine. Holy shit. Yeah.
What are your guys' retirement plans? And I don't mean it seriously. Like if it's balls out, the most disgusting end life scenario. What is the most brazen? Like everybody's when you're a kid. Like what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're dumb. You're a kid, so you say the dumbest shit. What do you want to do before you die? What's your end game? What's your going out in a blaze of glory?
Ooh.
I've never really thought about the retirement aspect, but I'm totally fine with dying in someone's daughter's mouth. Like,
R.I.P. This is the burial.
or in that vaginal, you know what I'm saying? That big old kitty.
Just-
Um,
my retirement
I
plan is
just want to
dying in
twitch
some
and die
pills.
in there. Like, that's it. She could burn my body afterwards, so my family don't got to find me there, but that's fine. I'm good with that.
Man, mine's a little more G-rated, I guess.
A little less
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
psychotic. Yeah.
Man,
I think
I'm
that's okay.
Man, I'm simple. Just retire out in the woods, man. Like,
Yeah.
I got nothing funny, nothing clever or witty.
Yeah.
I just want to
Dude,
go out in the woods, man, with a bunch of
Lumberjack.
shit ton of land, and
Lumberjack Dexter shit.
yeah.
that triggers me. 'Cause when I was a kid, whenever my dad would get mad at me for like being a bastard kid, he'd say, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go out in the woods. You'll never see me again.
Damn,
And
that's
he
fucked
he
up.
talked about that, less about leaving, but more about going out to the woods to his last days. He was like, I want to get me some land away from everybody. Fuck the world. So that's like, that is actually like the dream for most people.
Yeah, man. The
Get
older I
away.
get, the less I want to be. I mean,
Yeah.
the less I want to be around people and be around.
Literally.
And if I'm around people, it's very specific, and I don't just want to be around people for the sake of, I gotta have a solid relationship with
Yeah.
you, and
Mhm.
I don't
Which
want
is
to
why
waste
I
time.
appreciate you coming out tonight.
No, man, I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate this is great. This
Big
is fun.
chilling.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
big chilling.
When I saw you guys last, it was at the club on Capitol Hill, and it was, I hadn't seen you for a minute,
Yeah.
and I see you pretty often, but still,
Mhm.
you know, where we're adults in a capitalistic society,
Mhm.
it's hard to get together for a play date.
For sure, definitely. Everyone got jobs and shit and everything else
Yeah.
to take care of.
Yeah, so it's definitely cool to sit down and chill and chop it up with you guys.
Always.
We probably are gonna wind down now. I don't know. Anything we should talk about again? I feel like there's so much more directions we can go, and I don't even know. I don't even know where to go. Like, do we have a cool down moment, like a final thought?
Well, I could just kind of give you like a preview. We'll just kind of just talk about what me and him have been doing.
Yes,
what we
that's
have
where I
coming.
was.
That's you cool with that? Speaking of that a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and this man have like a project that we did a long time ago. Like when I say a long time ago, I mean like at least 15 years probably type shit.
Has it been that long?
It feels like it, like at least 10 years. I mean,
Yeah, maybe 10.
at least 10,
Yeah,
maybe
10.
15 is too much, maybe like 10. But it never got released. And it was basically kind of like a short horror film. That was kind of the format I wrote it, like a short
Yeah.
horror film to film, but it ended up being like an EP type shit. So that project in particular, I don't want to give away too much shit, but it's basically about a fucking dude breaking out of an institution and then the journey to find this motherfucker. So that project was done like 10 years ago. And it actually, the way that it worked out, so about the last 4 or 5 years, I've probably been working on this new album. And the way that I wrote it, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like, it starts out with like a patient going to like therapy, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna be the therapist, and like throughout the project, it's like talking about what's going on, and it ends with me being in like going to like a mental institution. So the way that it was working out, it's like this new album is gonna be like the first shit, and then the one that we did like 10 years ago is gonna be like a follow up.
Nice.
So it's just a couple like projects that we got cooking up, dark projects and shit. Hoping to get that shit together soon and finished up. But yeah, me and this guy, we're always working together. Any project I come out with, he's gonna be a part of it. And yeah, he just has that masterful sound that just blends well.
Yeah.
We relate to a lot of shit and understand each other on a lot of different levels, you know, personally, like views in the world, everything. So the music is always gonna click and just sound crazy. So I'm excited about that for sure. Whenever we can get that shit figured out.
Yeah. I've known you for so long, Boombox. You've always been making dope stuff with a bunch of different people. You're like just working out there, getting your stuff out there, and it's crazy when I think about how how this album's kind of been sitting there and how good it's going to be. Because I remember when you were making music back then, how good it was. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear this shit too.
It's crazy.
With all the updates and the new album, this is going to be dope.
New outlooks and shit.
And speaking of some back in the day unreleased shit, kind of want to talk about that movie we filmed.
What movie?
Remember Mr. Bleachers?
Oh shit! Yes, what the fuck is going on with that, bro?
I don't know. We filmed this. Like I started working on this pre-pandemic. This horror movie here in Seattle. It has a whole bunch of Seattle rappers in it, local actors. It's a B movie, funny little horror comedy. And I started filming it pre-pandemic, so I was like 100 pounds lighter than when I finished filming it. I think you came on the second swing post-pandemic, and I had ballooned up, and I'm doing all these reshoots of scenes that are like going to be cut in, where I'm just like randomly gaining and losing 100 pounds throughout the movie. But you did a scene. I don't know if this movie's ever going to come out. Like
I know, I'm sick about it too. That scene was fire.
It was this scene. I remember watching you film this, and you had this fight scene, and you're going up against like how many dudes?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 motherfuckers running up on me. And then I had my little ninja crew behind me. They were my thugs. I had the thugs on deck. Hey, niggas had the nunchucks and all that, man. He was getting active on their ass. Yeah, that shit was fun, man. And that shit looks so dope too. I seen like a couple little still shots from it.
Yeah, it was a really
man,
fun.
What's up, Tim? Come on, man.
So I don't know what we got to do to try and find that film, because I know it's about ready to release, or at least edit wise. Like if we got to do 2 things this summer. One, we got to go and we got to find that Hellcat. We got to procure the Hellcat, okay?
Yeah, nah, we're out of here.
206 Batmobile. We're getting that Hellcat. We're going down off a cliff.
Nah, for sure.
We're going to Thelma and Louise and jump out last second when this Hellcat is done, because everybody hates the Hellcat.
Right.
We got to procure the Hellcat.
Right.
By hook or by crook. And then we got to find this cut of this film and like release it ourselves.
So can I add to the number here? Can we do a third?
Yes, third.
So I think, not to put you guys on the spot, but I think you guys need to do a project.
We have been talking about it for so long.
I think you guys need to do a project, especially with the comedy love between, you've been working on that, man. You guys, game over.
Yeah, we've done a few songs together way back in the day. I had this song I would perform all the time, Cadillac Rollin' Fat.
Oh my god!
And Pitt would come out on a regular basis and rock with me, and every time you'd spit your verse, and it was like the audience was all in. It was
that shit was fun.
We have dope chemistry.
Nah, yeah, but as far as the project, like, yes, me and Fridge have been talking about that for a long time now. It's definitely something that is on my priority list, because it's just long overdue. Like you said, like it's just really a no-brainer, bro. Like
it is a no-brainer.
We've been fucking Hollywood together. We've done countless shows. Countless random shit, like.
Well, even I remember, even like just like the little footage, like you guys were like on that, was it that airport bench or something?
Yeah, I was flying back from Hollywood.
Yeah.
We were in the airport.
That shit was hilarious, man. I could see so many, you guys, man.
That shit was classic.
Yeah.
And then, like, we filmed it, but like that really happened.
Yeah,
I know. It looked like it really happened.
I was sitting in the airport. I was on one side of a bench. DP was on the other side of the bench. We had this early flight, and they didn't open up the terminal yet. So we're just sitting, and DP gets up off the bench, and my fat ass catapults the bench.
That's so good.
Say more shit like that can happen.
I gotta find it. It's gotta
content,
be on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah. I think it was on Vine back in the day, so it's gotta be somewhere, though.
Yeah.
It's gotta exist somewhere.
That's so good.
It's crazy how you can't get rid of some stuff on the internet, and then other stuff just disappears.
Yeah.
I had all these pictures on MySpace that I thought would be there forever. Old pictures of me just young and dumb, and MySpace glitching. Don't have my pictures no more.
No, literally, me neither.
I wish I would have saved them, because I thought MySpace would take care of me.
Same, bro.
What's up, Tom? from MySpace. This is the second MySpace reference today, so we're killing it.
Is that guy?
We're killing it on recent references.
Oh, for sure, slaying shit.
Like I know, guarantee you that video of me, in the church parking lot with. Never mind. Some videos don't disappear, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, for
Some
sure.
videos are just always there.
Unfortunately,
but not, when you want the stuff, it's somehow you can lose stuff online. It sucks. Ah, wow. We've been big chilling.
Big chilling.
Big chilling.
What's the last good meal you had?
Shit, Indian food.
Indian food.
Yeah, I love.
What's your go-to Indian food?
There's a place in Mill Creek called Clay Pitt, and they have this tomato butter chicken. They stuff the chicken with mushrooms. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
I can eat Indian food every day.
I like that.
Yeah, it's tough for me because I haven't really been eating out like that. Like I cook most of the time my own self.
We got the deranged Phillies though.
Yeah, deranged Phillies. Yeah, I haven't made those in a couple months, but I made like a chicken pot pie the other day. It was pretty fire.
Yeah, Popeyes are bomb.
Yeah, it was pretty fire.
I had a moment. Album release yesterday. I was all by myself, and I went to Fogo de Chao for Brazilian.
Nice.
I probably should have called up my buddy Ken and had him come eat with me, but I was on my own. I was like, I was gonna go to Chipotle. I was like, no, the album came out today.
They want to
I'm
treat
gonna do something
yourself.
special.
Yeah,
I'm going to eat unlimited steak.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to have
Just
all you can
carving
eat
it
steak.
right off the stick.
They're bringing it to my table. I was
Yeah.
like, that's good.
That sounds fire. Was that a little spot? Brazilian spot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that I've every time I've gone, it's always been amazing. Yeah, it's just never something I think about that you think like, let's go have Brazilian tonight. Like it's just not something you do.
Korean barbecue is a good fun one to do. I
Yeah.
like that. I'm not the type of guy that needs to be going to buffets as often as you would like. But I try to keep it respectable. You get the table, you get vegetables, some fruit, then you let them bring meat to your table for a while. I thought it was nice. It was nice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, that's big chilling to me though. If we can get to a point where this table is just full of meats and cheeses and vegetables, and it's basically just like, you ever see a picture of like the king sitting at his table, and it's just like a mound of food?
Food behind
That's the
him.
ultimate podcast for me. That's what I want. Eventually, I want to be in a throne room with a table full of food. Everybody's sitting there pigging out, slopping all over the table. I think that would be peak
That would look crazy on the
podcasting,
camera. It would.
right?
Yes. Big ass turkey.
If you just had the royal treatment,
Yeah.
that'd be sick, right? It'd be sick. It's you don't need that, but I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be tight for sure.
That's in my
Like
mind.
Genghis
I'm like,
Khan, man.
like how ridiculous would that if you tuned in and you were just fatting around? I would and then I get Cat Williams in.
Oh, shit.
Absolutely. You got to.
Your cat in here to speak some truth. Shit.
That's been 2024 in a nutshell, right?
Oh man.
Nah, for sure. He set it off.
Whew.
He name dropped Diddy.
Wasn't that
Everything
one
he
of the
said
biggest,
was-
one of the most viewed podcasts? I think.
It definitely was up there, and it probably has surpassed by now because it blew up.
Yeah,
and
that's something
Shannon
crazy.
Sharp of all podcasts to go on too.
Yeah, he's been.
That's Unc.
Yeah,
He make everybody comfortable.
he's
Yeah,
been
that's
doing
true.
it,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of those guys came in that Cat had to call out. He's like, look, this is where I had to go because I know you're going to let me speak, and I'm going to speak.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was them. Yeah, because he did say, like, you had all these motherfuckers up here lying. Like, let me tell my truth.
Yeah,
Type shit.
that was the beginning of 2024, and
Mhm.
he kicked it off.
Yeah.
And then we had the Diddy, and then this Drake and
yeah.
this Drake and Kendrick thing happened, and we didn't talk about Diddy for a minute. But
Diddy
then,
thing is
then 50 Cent was
crazy.
like, by the way.
Yeah. check out these new leaks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the video. I mean, among the many other things, but that video, that
Yeah.
hotel video,
Yeah, he
from
looked
Yeah.
like, what, 10 years ago or
insane, bro.
something?
He looked like a fucking psychopath in that
I,
shit.
I don't think we stayed at that hotel when we were in Hollywood, but I stayed at that hotel. It's the Intercontinental in Century
word?
City. Yeah, and I didn't know there were cameras in those hallways. So I
Damn.
gotta think.
Yeah.
I gotta think to what I might
Yeah.
have done.
It's
'Cause
good. Statute of limitations over by now.
I didn't have a Cassie there, but I remember
You had some thoughts in there.
I remember that song "We Can Never Be Royals" by Lorde was big,
Mhm.
and whenever it came on, I just went into blackout mode and started breaking shit and cutting things. Like I was,
Oh shit!
Lorde's song turned me into a deviant.
Damn.
There's a little pop song. We Can Never Be Royals, and that's the beginning of my battle. I think on this album, "Wear the Crown" is me versus the Eat the Rich, the Royals. And I think that's probably Lorde put that in me. She set a fire. This girl set a fire in me where I'm like, I'm gonna eat Elon Musk. Pause.
That's insane. Music is powerful. You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat Elon Musk. I would like to eat with him because he's rich. I bet you he eats good.
Oh yeah, he got the finest alien meat for sure.
I want to eat some alien, dude.
Mhm. Me too.
What's the breaking point for you guys where it's like you would try something versus no, that's too much for me? Like what's something you would try that's interesting, that's out of your comfort zone versus something that is like a little too far? Like no, the people are doing these days, you know? The adrenochrome, eating babies. We'll assume they don't really do that.
I'm good.
Because we're not doing that.
Honestly, I'm not fucking with. I'm not like a super risky eater, bro. Like, as far as the sea goes, like I'll just eat fish.
Fish?
I ain't fucking with no shell stuff, no lobster, none of that shit.
That's healthy.
No mussels, clams. Like I don't do none of that shit.
Fish is that good, clean meat, but I love that shellfish.
Yeah, like I haven't even had goat. Like I've never had goat. So that might be like my one that I try. Like grizzly bear and shit like that. That just sound insane to me. Like I'll just go with the goat. That'll probably be the one that I might dabble with.
I always eat those exotic animals.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's that deadly puffer fish.
Oh
That
yeah.
if you get a cut, they'll kill you. I
yeah.
won't do that.
Yeah, no.
I won't mess around with that. Was it fugu? I think it's fugu.
so, yeah.
I won't do that.
Well, they got that thing. Was it called? Is it balut?
Oh, the 100-year egg. It's like a rotten egg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what you want to try?
And then they got the one. No, I won't.
I'm about to say.
And they got that
Freaky
one.
out.
I forget what it's called, but it was like some French delicacy where it's like this baby bird, and it was, you put like a towel over your head, and it's been around for decades. And the reason why you put the towel over your head, because it's like it's like a delicacy. I forget what it's called, but it's meant to like hide your face from God or something like
Really?
that.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
There's like
That's
it's like old. It's super old. Like they've been doing it for decades, like 100 plus years. Don't quote me on the time frame.
Interesting.
yeah.
I forget what it was called.
I didn't know
It's like
that's why they did
It's some
Yeah.
French delicacy, and yeah, I wouldn't be doing that either. I will try beef tongue though.
Some beef tongue. Yeah, in tacos it might be pretty sweet. We got a little super chat from McCringy that says, "Bro, when Lorde comes on, I just see red. Make a beeline towards the nearest orphanage. Smell the ashes." It's got to be something up with Lorde. Like she probably is like a splinter cell from the government to turn people into active troublemakers.
I'll have to go back and listen to that, man.
Telling you. Seth Looks also gave a super chat earlier, said Billy with the fellas is what's up. Cheers, Seth Looks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it is illegal. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, it sounds nuts. Eating birds and shit.
Yeah. Fellas, I think we have Big Chilled.
We have.
I think episode 1 of Big Chillin' is currently wrapping up.
Hey.
Anything we want to shout out? Any links? Anything we want to say before the night sky falls upon us?
Man, check out the music, Boombox Massacre. 2 words.
I just want to shout out to my brothers here, Boombox Massacre, Billy the Fridge. Known you all for over 10, 15 years. You're like 2 of my closest best friends, and I'm just honored to be here with y'all today. Especially
Same
kicking
here.
off the shit with
Yeah.
Big Billy the Fridge.
Yeah,
I knew I wanted you on, and then when I saw you that night at the club, I was like, "This is going to be a fun one."
Shout out to the legend Ken Denham. You know what I'm saying? He over there in the corner. Y'all don't need to
Yep.
worry about all that, but just know legends up in this motherfucker.
Raincraft.
Yeah. OG shit.
Yeah.
OG. Yeah. I'm gonna cut to the camera. I'm gonna tell everybody at home. If you do want to tune in next episode, characters might change, but the vibes will be the same. Tonight we have Boombox, Massacre, Deranged, Pitt. We talked some shit. We had some fun. Next week it could be a repeat. Who knows? I might drag in someone new. I might drag in some old faces. We're going to be big chillin' though. That's the plan. From here on out, big chillin' until further notice. So thank you guys for big chillin' with us tonight. We're going to do everything back again here next week. Cheers. Brrr.